These are the March Madness games you probably forgot about. So with 63 games every year, there's bound to be some that get lost in the universe. And our first one here is Rutgers versus Houston, 2021, the bubble tournament. Rutgers came up just short to going to the Sweet 16, where they would have met 11 seed Syracuse, but they lost to Houston in a very close one. And obviously Houston went on to the Final Four that year. And then here's one that's pretty weird from 2019. Now, a fun fact about this game, I was actually at this game, and it was a packed house in Columbus, Ohio. The 1 seed North Carolina, Kobe White, the point guard, and Iona went on a tear in the first half, hit like 9 3-pointers. And they had, at one point, I think, an 8-point lead in the first half of this game. But it was kind of funny being in that building with all North Carolina fans, and they were sweating at halftime. Like, are we going to lose to a 16 seed the year after Virginia lost to UMBC? This was 2019. And then speaking of Virginia, 2014, so this was 4 years before the 16 seed upset with UMBC. And I remember watching this game when I was pretty young. It was a Friday night game as well, just like the UMBC one. And Coastal Carolina built a 10-point lead in the first half of this game. And it's one of those slow Virginia offenses. They were down 10. I'm thinking this could be it. This could be the ultimate upset. And Virginia pulled away late in the second half, won by, I think, like 9 or 10 points or something like that. But it was close. Pretty much for 3/4 of this game, Coastal Carolina would have been the first 16 seed to ever win. It's so sad they didn't finish it off. But 4 years later, we got UMBC, so it's all worth it. And then another 16 seed here. This was 2016. Dunk City, Florida Gulf Coast. 3 years after their Cinderella run, they were a strong 16 seed taking on North Carolina. This was the year North Carolina went to the championship game. And it was a close game at halftime. They were kind of in, it was within 5 points for a while, and then North Carolina pulled away. But kind of a funny game there back in 2016. And then here we go, Kentucky versus Wichita in 2017. So you remember the 2014 game between Kentucky and Wichita State. Wichita State was undefeated 35-0, I think 35-0 or 34-0 in that game. And Kentucky beat them in kind of an upset back in 2014. This was supposed to be the revenge game for Wichita State, and they come up just short. The 3-pointer to tie gets blocked by Kentucky at the last second, and Kentucky goes on to win. It's kind of a shame. Now, another random fact here from 2015. Kentucky was undefeated in 2015 of the tournament. Had Wichita State won their second round game, they would have met in the Sweet 16. It would have been a crazy game to see there. The year after, Wichita got upset by Kentucky in a random game from 2018. I don't remember this at all, and I'm from Indiana, and it was so sleepy. Look, there's like nobody there in the crowd. It's empty. It's unfortunate. But back in the day, Butler was like a strong team in March Madness every year. They're always sneaky. And yeah, this year was kind of random for Butler as a 10 seed. They won their first round game and then met Purdue in the second round, who went on to the Elite Eight. And then, unfortunately, this game got canceled back in 2021. VCU and Oregon, the only March Madness team to never touch the floor. The VCU Rams, one of their players tested positive, and the game was canceled before they could even touch the floor. It's so sad. It would have been fun to see that game. And then here's a weird one from 2009. Siena versus Ohio State. This game was played in UD Arena in Dayton, Ohio, and it was nuts. It was double overtime, buzzer beaters, huge 3-pointers here, and ultimately Siena won this game. It's so weird seeing Siena as a 9 seed. It must have been a strong year for them. But they beat Ohio State in Ohio. It's ridiculous. And then VCU and Indiana in 2012. Very strange game here. This is the year after VCU went to the Final Four. And Indiana was a 4 seed here. It was a 12v4 game in the second round. Came down to the final shot. VCU was so close to going to the Sweet 16 again. It would have been a crazy Cinderella team. I think they were still in the Colonial Conference at this point. And then, oh my goodness, back to 2014 here with the undefeated Wichita State Shockers and Ron Baker. So they played Cal Poly in the first round, the 16 seed Cal Polytechnic, and they got blown out this game. I think it was like 33-5 at one point or something. It was never close. But yeah, the undefeated season came to an end 2 days later against Kentucky in that 1-8 game. And the last one here is a heartbreaker from, oh gosh, I want to say 2014 or 20, no, I think it was 2015, Harvard versus North Carolina. So Harvard came all the way back in this game, stormed back, and it came down to, I think, the final shot of this game or the final minute, and Harvard just barely lost. Would have been a huge upset there, beating North Carolina. And I don't think we've seen Harvard since then, honestly. It's really been Yale every year from the Ivy League. But yeah, those are some fun random games from March Madness history that I went over. I will do a part 2 of this video. If you have any that I missed, please put in the comments below. There's plenty of games that I probably missed that I kind of forgotten in history. But it's fun to look back at some of these games that we don't really think about because there was no upset or no buzzer beater or whatever. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. Follow my Instagram at Packalak. I'll link it below in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Bye.